I don't hear you somehow. Um, is it? I don't hear you. Okay, let's see. You say something?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I did something weird.
It's fine. So, are you?
Good. It's
Great.
snowing. It's snowing
Oh,
here.
really?
Yeah,
Crazy.
maybe you can see from my window. Yeah, you can. I mean, it was snowing.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow.
but it's kind of it's like melt. You know, when the snows, but it's melting. So the street should be a mess, I guess.
Yeah, like slushy.
Yeah, like just.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the
I hate
park.
it.
Yeah. How
Is
is
that
there?
the Westfalk or it's
This is the West Park. Yeah.
oh wow. Okay. So you're like right next to it.
Yeah, literally. And it looks and it changes in like in months, like in 2 months, like the views completely change because at the beginning you see nothing
Mm.
because are full are green, so it's just you see nothing
Oh, wow. Okay. Because there are
because
trees in front of it.
there are these big trees in front of me, and then slowly they start losing their. So then basically I see more depth now that the trees have not leaves.
Wow. That's crazy.
And how is there? Like, is it cold there?
It is cold, yes.
Like freezing cold?
I mean, it's not snowing cold, but it is cold. Um, I don't know how, but we don't have like a heating in the house, like normally like in Germany they have heating, right? Like it's embedded,
Yeah.
integrated. Yeah, like we don't have that, so we
So how
have to
you
we have,
how
heating like a
electrical?
heater. Yeah, electrical one or gas. But in this room we don't have it. Like we have air conditioner, but I heard it's broken.
Oh, well, it's not warm.
So I'm freezing, but you know, it's fine. And yeah. So how do we do it? Like we have
I think maybe
less
we
than
should
30
talk about
minutes.
like a little bit of just like what is gonna happen. I mean, I think in short, let's say let's talk more uh concrete of like what this the task we put yesterday, especially the questions, like
Mm, yep. Yep.
and so let's do after that, after the conversation. So not now, because that will take a bit
Ah,
maybe
yeah,
more.
because this is something that takes time. Yeah. By the
Yeah, and
way, so I don't know if you saw the video, but I noticed this low light thing that I wanted to try.
I was just checking it out, like, but what? So what you took away, like, so what is doing now? It's just so it's not. It's just doing the movement, but it's not showing the camera.
Exactly. So it's like this environment with the camera, but it's just showing the lines,
The
like
move.
not the
It
camera.
just shows the
And I
movement.
was like, yeah, like this is the way to do it. Then it's just easy.
But that's yeah, that's way better. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But then, but anyway, like I was thinking that I don't know, like we have to see. So I think maybe just with videos, we should maybe we could show something because I don't like could be tricky to count that it will work something in there. Because when I was yesterday, then sometimes work, sometimes not work. Like
Mm,
because anyway, you need light for the camera to see. Like
yes.
it works. Like I mean, it works as the output works, but for the in for the input, you need light Otherwise, you need some sorts of light.
Yeah,
Like the camera needs to see movement.
yeah,
Yeah. And that's that yesterday was a bit tricky.
right.
So we'll see. But I like the videos. Like how did you think?
Just manually. Like it's hard. This one was really hard because I can't really see your movements. But the
I was thinking on that. Sorry.
yeah, so the way I did it, that after like some iterations, I noticed that in the Pathfinder, there is one moment that you go up, down, up, up, and this is something like noticeable. Like other parts, it's really hard to distinguish which part is which. But this is because only like vertical movement. So this is something I could, if I scroll through, I can find it. Because it's really like, different from other parts of the movement. And then I find out, like how I synchronize. But
But
yeah,
I
this,
was thinking that maybe we could use like for that we could put a clock for debugging, like just the
yeah.
time, and then because I put it here, then because then we know even if we are lost, we know like for both sides. That's what I put in the notes. Like that should be. We don't know exactly when because it will be different depending of the time that you're doing it. I am doing it, but it will be 0 0 at some point. It will be it.
Oh, yeah.
You
I mean,
know that you will be at some point at the cycle of 0 0.
yeah, I think we, I should make it so that this version of optical flow at least would have Pathfinder in it, maybe. So we see everything at the same time. Because the thing is, the optical flow doesn't have has nothing to do with Pathfinder. You see the video, right? When you move.
The one you sent.
Yeah. So like they are not synchronized at all. So I have to come up with the way to put both in the same page, then we can see it together. Because optical flow, or we could render a video of Pathfinder with the timestamp on it, and you somehow like show that Pathfinder video in the recording. The thing is that the recording needs to have timestamp, right? When you
To
record
sync.
optical flow or camera, yeah, we need timestamp in that.
You need to diamond some. I didn't saw actually the video.
But yeah, we will find out how to do it. So when you recorded this time, like you opened one screen with optical flow and another screen with Pathfinder, or
Yeah, I will have projected
right, yeah. So that's like a full
Pathfinder.
screen,
Yeah, and then here somewhere it was optical flow, but so I was not watching optical flow. I was watching Pathfinder.
right? Yeah, yeah. I think it's also like important not to see too much of what you're doing.
But also, mm,
Anyways,
because wait, like what is? I have so many windows open. Oh yeah, it should be here. Ooh, I'm watching the. And you did the same? I mean, you did like the one to the left was only the hand, the one to the right was your full body.
yeah.
Yeah, let's think together how to do it again. This.
Yeah, but I think it's
Uh,
just really, really good
I mean,
directions.
visually it looks very good, no?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I like the colors, but it's kind of interesting also.
But how did you put it in? How did you record it? Because I didn't manage to. Because
Oh,
yeah, I have
I
browser.
just manually did it in OBS. Just make it, bigger. Try to fill the screen.
Oh, with OBS you selected.
Yeah.
Mm, smart. I didn't thought of that. I was one of the things that I realized is that I'm doing a lot of setups.
Mm.
At some point, I get a bit confused of. I was using because I was using my phone to record. So the phone was sending, yeah, with something the Max has with the new phones, you can use the camera from OBS.
Okay.
So, but also normally I will use my phone to record using stream thing. This normally, so I'm using now often this thing from Elgato that we ask in Ljubljana to buy,
Right.
and there's one thing from here
IA
that you.
told me.
So then I use often now to record that, which is very practical. Then you go to the space and just record.
Oh, to trigger it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, just trigger record and stop from like in the distance.
yeah.
But then yeah, I was using that and yeah, it's tricky. Want to pay attention, full attention of what is going on, right? What happens? Like I wouldn't imagine like what happened interacting. I mean, you're trying to, especially if it's good. Wow, what is happening, man? The fuck?
Is it you?
There's some video of me. Come on.
Oh my gosh, we're not gonna start the practice now.
No, 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 no. Okay. Let's just open Windows here. So, but I think it might like no, okay. Let's talk maybe a bit of the but we talk of. I need to open these things. Made BPM. So I guess the meeting of today will be just like more to fix dates, I think, if I understood Nuno. No,
Yeah, or
like
like a plan things, how we proceed, I guess. What we need.
yeah. So what we said, yeah, come on.
Basically, we have like 3 days of like work session, right? Like workshop, or how do they say? Workshop?
With
Yeah,
them, with
with
them.
them. Yeah, because they will be on site. We won't be on site.
It's funny.
Yeah, our master plan.
Yeah, I also thought maybe to go, but they're like, no, it's
No.
too much.
So yeah, I mean, also like I think maybe, well, I mean, we only have like 10 minutes, but we should think like, what do we do? What do we need to develop, right? Like as a content, actually. I'm just saying because, otherwise we don't know what tools we need to.
No, that's why I think, and I think maybe in this sense we should like somehow frame what we are doing without telling that we are advancing that. Then we don't have to do it twice. Um,
Hmm.
mm, So it's 3 weeks that we have with them. I mean, 2 weeks that we have with them, no?
No, just 3 days, I think.
Yeah, but 2 weeks that we have like normally work that we are working online.
2 weeks online, yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know their availability.
Yeah, but
It's
that's just
really not clear like how many days they will be able to work.
no, I guess yeah, we'll see that, but I guess like we should count just with them 3 days.
Yeah.
So what do we need at this moment? Like for where we are, like
Well, so first thing I like initially I had communicated with William was because we need AI. So there was something with Hydra and try to make some kind of generative Hydra code with AI. I think that was the idea that we had. But I think now it's kind of like we're shifting the focus a little bit.
yeah, I think like I wouldn't put it as priority right now. I think we
No,
can like do something with that, but I won't put it as priority.
no.
Um,
What do you
I mean,
think like this like what we're doing can be connected to machine learning, AI? Like what's the straightforward way to do it? I mean, we could also brainstorm that later with them, just to tell them what we're doing now, and because I think that, yeah, just to be honest with them, now we're interested in this, and then like we want to present something along this line, and I think they're fine with it.
mm, I was thinking like yeah, it could be something with was like a yeah with image composition, like through machine learning or something like this, like then based on
Did you
uh
check out the link I sent you, like the new one
which
I
one?
made? Um,
What's
it's
up?
moving a dot.
That's about the last one. I didn't saw it, the last one.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can do screen sharing. Because one thing I noticed is like, what if we do it other way around? Like that normally people would think. So maybe I should show the camera. You see the dot, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
And people think that you are like there is that you're doing motion tracking with that or something.
yeah. I mean, it is kind of. It's
Is
like
it?
super basic. Yeah, it is.
Or
It's
what is
using
following?
optical flow. So basically, it's doing optical flow and like just taking the sum of everything on the screen, and that's moving the dot.
Huh? But now I don't see the dot because I'm trying
Maybe
in my
it's
camera.
maybe it's gone. You can retry.
Star.
I mean, I just made it, so it might not work actually.
Okay, now I see it. So it's showing the average of all that flow or what?
Yes. So whatever
Okay.
happened on the screen, it's averaging and moving the dot. I mean, I can just move it in the circle or, you know, it doesn't have to be like Pathfinder.
Wow. So yeah, it's not that it's the hand. Yeah, of course. Now I see it.
Yeah, it's
because
better with whole body, not
yeah,
just with hand. I mean, this works too. But I just made it because, this is something people would normally think when we do like this kind of interactive performance.
no, I like that. It's that is a bit blurry. It's quite blurry, but that's what I like. Then I mean something like that like could be just we will need a lot of back and forth in tuning because you have to learn how to perform the thing and also
Mm,
just the code or like so it has to be a lot of back and forth
right.
until comes something that we can play as performer and so I think that could become one thing in itself
It's like an
but
instrument.
yeah I think that's one thing in itself um okay like but like let's but now let's go back to the I mean how what do we need or how could we so the thing is artificial intelligence what we're talking right now like that we have to do something with artificial intelligence.
Right. Well, it showed you this because I thought, this is something we could add like more layers of machine learning, for example.
Right. Yeah, like that could be a like if you go to a certain point, I mean you could put like you could learn to the thing to do stuff, right?
Right.
Like if you move to I mean if there is certain if you reach certain things then something will happen.
Right. It's like gesture recognition, but something very simple.
Okay, but so this is a gesture recognition. I think I like the gesture. Though I mean so this I mean this could be something that is straightforward with image.
Right.
Um would be the other thing I'm thinking the straightforward also could be sound, like if there's some sound thing
Mm,
we can do something. Um um
I mean, that could come together actually, right? So like gesture recognition that creates sound, or the sound texture relates to the quality of the movement, for example.
yeah, yeah,
Then it really becomes like an instrument, like a musical instrument.
yeah, and does it have to be I mean because the way how I see the sound is should be more like um a background. Like, I mean like almost
Mm,
more like a synth or something that is very deep, like so something not too much.
yeah. I was thinking like I still want to use some songs. Like I don't know how it's, like licensed or we find someone we can use their song, but something like pop, like
Mhm.
how we would do in practice. But I think it can be, like different scenes. Like it can be something synth or droney that happens in the middle, and in the end we just play pop songs. I think that kind of contrast is also interesting.
No, I mean I definitely think we should do like get in the flow like to do a practice
Mm,
like with the practice of what we do. So that I think that will come there, but I'm not focusing on this right now.
no,
Um, and also I'm thinking, is it in a way how to, I mean, keep developing like that we keep on working in the same time what we're doing now with academy, and then also this so that it does to not become to not make two works, two different things, because
right,
then you cannot do that.
totally. I mean, at least for February, we have to use something from the academy, right?
Yeah, like the focus, like what I'm trying to focus like now is like in the academy.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
totally. Let's go there, and yeah, I think it like we just share what we have, and
yeah,
yeah,
I think somehow like this maybe could be something. Would it be like if you could control windows with your movement, like windows of the videos?
totally.
Okay, let's go there.
Yes. No,
Okay,
I
see you in a
think
bit.
it's this. Yeah, good, good, good. Yeah. Okay. See you there.
So I think it was quite clear, no? The meeting with them.
Yep.
It's, what I like is that it makes sense. Like we will have because we will just start thinking how to really, yeah, in a way merge or make sense of what we're doing right now. So, but we will have time, like, and
Right.
also we are experimenting with ideas. Um, that's part of basically what we're gonna do right now. Like to think, like to reflect on what we're doing, and I'm sure, like then we will have more clarity in which angle can this apply.
Yeah.
But I was happy and it's kind of clear.
Yeah, I think it's great. It's like I was just keep telling myself like not to say that we're gonna reuse the material because we have to create something new, right? So that's
Yeah,
something that we have to be clear about it. Like although we're using, well, it's like we're using tools from there, but it's a different piece.
project. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it is a different thing because
yeah,
for the academy it won't be a yeah. I mean, it's the same thing actually for us. I don't see a
exactly.
difference.
That's the thing. That's the
It's the way
tricky
how
part.
it's
That
the way how you frame it. Yeah, the way how you say it.
exactly.
But I think like to be honest, like the way also how I see like no like thing is everywhere. So he just like it's just more
Yeah,
legally
he
should be
wouldn't
protected.
care. He wouldn't care.
No,
I know,
no.
but it's more about the framing. Yeah.
Say like so I want to ask you, so like do they confirm you now? Look, did I accept you then in Tallinn or what? Did they confirm that or not?
So the thing is like the committee, the professors, uh, they accepted, but they have to do some kind of formal procedure, and that takes time.
Okay, so but in a way it's like it's now accepted.
Yes.
Okay, great, super. So now like you will be some years there.
Yeah, that's something now I'm figuring out because yeah, let's not talk about it. I'm just like super like saturated about this matter. Then that's just like basically I have to get the visa as soon as possible for Estonia
Yeah,
so that I
because I
can go
guess
back.
it's like yeah, that make more sense to fix the problem in Germany, you know, like just get
Exactly.
a
This
new.
is this is like interesting thing I learned. Like it doesn't really matter like whatever like Germany is and like nothing to do with me anymore in a way.
No, of course, like yeah, no,
Yeah.
and yeah, because like you are banned from Germany, no, or not from the Schengen now.
No, the Netherlands. I mean, it's
You're
just
banned from Holland. You're banned from Netherlands.
exactly. I mean that well, the Netherlands ask will register me to be banned from Schengen zone. This is really
Ah,
crazy. It is so screwed up. But if I can get a visa soon from Estonia, then that's a reason why, like reason to, not to ban me from this.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
how things work. And
Yeah, but it makes sense. It will be
this is really
fine. Like,
crazy. Yeah,
yeah, I just hope that you can have like these papers and you could be
hopefully.
here in January at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm aiming for February, like the first week of February. That would be great. Yeah. Yeah, I mean January too, but I don't think it's yeah, let's talk about it later about that. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the content now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but okay, let me check. I was just gonna read. So maybe you can read, but I just paused my thing.
Yep.
But check my. I check yours. Yeah, I read it.
So should we like explain it or to each
Maybe
other?
if like I will say like the if I can jump like I think I like that's the way how we work. That's I think that's why it helps like because you're really like it's really practical what you propose. And I was trying to be practical, but it just becomes always like that. But I think it complements like both things.
Yeah.
So what I will say is that I see like the what do you mean when you said like three?
Right. So that's the minutes, right? Like
Yeah, two
so
like interview.
basically
What
before that, I mean, very first we show the video. I mean, the link is there.
which video?
Uh
Like the video that is there. Yeah, is that
yeah,
video sync?
kind of sync. This is synchronized quite well.
Okay, that's not the one with delay. No, that's the one who is.
Right, the synchronized one. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is
then
sync.
yeah, then the idea I just had was to you go around to the audience and ask them, like what is happening in the video, or more concretely, like what are is Jorge seeing in VR, or like what am now what is Naoto seeing on the phone, to just guess from the audience, just from seeing the video.
So this is like the first thing that you're saying is like so there is no reveal Pathfinder being sure like so this is like first like to show 3 minutes of this video. That's what you
Right, without any explanation.
yeah. And and then and then from there oh, and then while that is happening then you're saying like to talk with people to say what are they seeing?
Yeah, so the video's finished, and then you go to the audience and ask them, like, what do you think? Well, I mean, this is something we have to phrase it well because it's really not clear. But I want to ask the audience to guess what was happening in the video.
For an intro. I think like should be some anyway like some small short intro of what is
Yeah,
that I'm doing. I mean it should be
sure.
like some short intro that could be just 1 minute. I'll just put it here. Oh no, like this.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. I'll put it just here next to it. Just I mean
yeah.
for
I
now, let's
mean,
short
yeah,
intro. And this, I mean what I'm thinking is that this might be tricky. Like, I mean to because could be like they really engage with the people, but could be also really killer. Like if it's people not getting
sure.
engaged. If you ask somebody like, what are you seeing? Like, is there but I guess your intent. Let's. I get your intention.
So
Let me just
yeah,
because this is your score, so maybe just try to go like
yeah.
after. So okay, so this is happening. Then
So
for the yes,
at first, like, I mean, I was thinking like either you ask around, or I mean, and or the next one, which is like we have like interview video of ourselves, like pre-recorded, that we talk about, experience, but not saying that what is happening.
yeah,
So we still hide what was happening, that we are following the dot. But we talk about, what we would talk in the chat, for example, like this embodiment, like, well, embodiment, or, you know, some, your experience of doing this exercise, so that, the audience is still kind of confused of like what is happening.
intro. Okay, no, okay, but that makes sense. Okay, so like in somehow, so this is clear. There's something clear, unclear. Then is the video, right? Then I just move you here. And I have this more space. Wait. Wait. Because so short, this has to be so greeting a small thing. The video, this is 3 minutes. I will put it here like as a tentative that ask around what people see. You know what? Because what I'm finding could be problematic here is that you're trying to you don't know how long we can take this. This
Sure,
can become like 5 minutes. So
sure.
perhaps what could be is that in the way how we manage, because the thing is we will like the people to think something about it, no? So before you show the video, no reveal, like so no reveal. So you introduce the work, then um then you introduce the video and you ask them for the people to think what is happening, like for the people to think on part of what is happening is what is happening, why these people are doing this, like to for them to try to find
Yeah,
um
yeah. Let's
okay,
just keep adding things. Let's just keep adding things, and then we can,
I will so let's not I will let's see how we put this, but people we should ask the people somehow what people what ask around what people see what is happening.
yeah. I mean, this could be also scripted, right? Just, have a volunteer. I mean, not volunteer, but like you already script something with someone in the
Somebody
audience. Yeah. I'm just throwing things, because this is something that comes next that I thought about, is to do a demo with a VR headset like you are doing. But I thought instead of you doing it, the audience can do it, but just tell that to one person, not to everyone.
before, so that the one person do the demo.
Yeah. And this could be scripted, that, you already coordinate with someone.
Okay, that could be done, like that we can ask somebody.
so that it's still like a mystery for other people what is happening.
But then that has to be rehearsed, like because that the person needs
Yeah.
to open, that needs to be open. I mean, it's not so complicated, but
Oh, yeah.
somebody needs to. I mean, you need to go with VR and you need to do it in VR. So
In the
that could be.
browser. Yeah.
It's not in the browser. I mean, because I have a video, so
Oh, it's
maybe
a video.
there's a video there.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it could be a screen, not to make it complicated, but the screen is facing to the stage, like a prompter.
or could be actually just the phone. Actually, will be
Could
easy
be a
way.
phone. Yeah, true.
Could be the phone, and the people are just facing the. I asked somebody, and so I think this. Okay. If I like, so so we have to put a video where there is this interview, right? I'm still so
Yeah,
here. So ask how one is happening, then a small
I think
interview.
I'll just keep this inside. Yeah. Oh, the
Uh,
interview with the audience. Yeah.
no, this is interview. What do you think? What we're seeing? Ah, this is what you. I thought that was Jorge Naoto.
No, that's this one. I mean, it could be shorter, but
But also because what could happen is like there. I'm sure there should be people already they have seen because I'm doing that every day. So like, what if
yeah,
somebody said like, and then they just kill the magic to be? What
yeah,
do you think?
yeah. I think it's also important to think like that this should work even if someone knows what is happening behind.
Well, okay, we need to find to solve this, how to do this. So we need to solve how to do this, or yeah. So yeah, we need to. It's part of the ask around. We need to solve it, and then about the experience. So I'm saying this. You see my cursor, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm saying this. This is connected to this part. All of this. I'm seeing this connected somehow. This
the video.
the video until the video until they what you call the interview,
Right,
and then this will be a different thing.
right.
So and this is something that we don't have yet, no? Like then we
We need
talk
to
about
film.
experience.
Yeah. I thought like individually it would be more. I mean, it can be both. Like it can be like a conversation like this, or just film it individually. I don't know which is better actually.
Okay, but we need to do so we need
Maybe
to
this
this
is good actually. Like, or even like we just like cut something from the chat that we already have.
we need to solve this. So this is something that we need to do still.
Yep.
This must be done.
Yeah.
So this is part of the things that this is one thing that we don't have,
Right.
right?
It's right to do.
Tell one person from the audience about by finder. And this, yeah, and this we define, but this totally can be fine. Like this can be done. Yeah, I think maybe I know there should be other people there. So if I can, I mean, this could be like the easiest way is just the phone, but if I manage to rehearse that with somebody, then we do it in VR.
Yeah.
Um, watch Pathfinder together, do it all.
I mean, with everyone, with the audience.
I will say that we could go and we could try to do this like as it is, as a script, as like to follow and see. I mean, I will say like that we will try this to see and time this because then we need to find. I mean, practically speaking, what is this whole? What is the computer? I mean, I need to think in the space how it works
Right.
to
Right.
rehearse. So I will say let's start from here. I think it's a good start. Um, short intro. This is a short intro. This will be like 2 minutes. I will say that's 2 minutes. This is 5 minutes. This could be 7 minutes. This until here could be 10 minutes, and we have to do this. This could take 5 minutes until it's fixed, until you find somebody, the person gets the thing. So it's 15 minutes, and then 5 minutes to end. I mean, five. So they all this intro. So this is 2 minutes. This is 5 minutes. I mean, 5 minutes more or less. Then ask around 7 minutes somehow. I would say like until here more or less is 10 minutes, 12 minutes, something like this.
Right.
Together. Uh, and so I will say this is the interaction. Interaction. Yeah, interaction with audience. So what we're gonna show is actually, I mean, because we have so many exercises, but let's watch together this kind the video.
Okay. I'm gonna share it. Mm, Start. This is 5 minutes actually. Oh, you can edit it.
Yeah. Can you show the clock to know when are we in 3 minutes? I mean yeah, thanks. If you do full screen, that can you do full screen? Oh no, you cannot.
Is it the break?
Yeah, it breaks.
Yeah. Okay. Share screen again. Uh,
Did you start on minute number two? That's what you did?
this I started from the very beginning.
Sorry, can you put it from the beginning again?
I think we should start from 1 minute or
Then,
something because you're like still preparing in the top left. But maybe this is okay.
but I think it's kind of fine also if it's that. Like it doesn't matter. Like I
Yeah,
think it's
could be.
like I think you should put it from the beginning, like how it is,
Yeah,
because it's synced. So I think it's nice. Still
right.
sync. And also your page is not yet. I mean, it's more clean. Your page, the left
Right.
under.
Yeah. I don't know if like 1 minute is enough.
No, I think you can,
I mean, this is like almost 2 minutes, right?
because maybe what I can do is like maybe I can actually, I mean, I can let it run from 2 minutes, like, and then ask the people. I mean, talk while the video is happening. Like I think that's
True.
a way to
True.
like say like the to so like really so like to invite you to think right now if you can find patterns. There is definitely something that is connecting these two bodies or the four images. So what could this be? What is that these people are saying that you
Mm.
cannot see? That was my script. I should have. Is this recording?
This is recording, I guess. Yes. Okay, so top right is done. Oops. Sorry. It happened. Yeah, the
So
rest continues.
it has to be in three.
I mean, yeah, it depends. This could be also fine
Yeah, actually, it's
if you're
true.
just, yeah, going to the interview.
Why are Okay. Okay, so I have like, yeah, I invite you to think what is happening in the four videos. What are the patterns? Why are these people moving? This why are these people moving? Why are they moving? Why are they moving? Are they seeing that you cannot? Yeah. Seeing, what do you think? You see? Interview, what do you think? What about experience? When are we talking about? You mean with experience? What do
Hmm?
you mean? What do you mean with experience? I mean, like basically, like yeah. What do you mean with experience? Like what is the interview? What is the question that we're trying to record of ourselves?
I thought like, because after I don't know which date, but we talked about like I thought it's something about embodiment, but maybe it's something I thought about or did we talk about? But there was something interesting about like actually doing the movement of the dot, and then people would, perceive it differently compared to like geometry, compared to the line or a dot.
I
But
mean,
then
I
we're
don't
kind
know.
of revealing it.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I wrote something like wait, like somewhere yesterday on that. Is I don't know. Did you read the thing that I sent you? This paragraph?
The book.
Leo, yeah, the
Yeah,
paragraph.
I went through.
It's just a paragraph, but maybe you can just read it with you because I think it's very in point. It's because it's in how. What are you? Ale, this fucking is extended screen. I'm used to work with three screens now. Then now I have only one. I feel so.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do to find my notes actually. Yeah, it is in the BP. I mean, in my notes. I put it. So you see my cursor in what would you like?
Wait, where is it? Oh, what was
Uh,
yours?
my
Okay,
notes.
yeah.
It says what the interface. So the interface is Pathfinder. So it's binary code that runs always in the browser. The dot moves in the grid space always, regardless of the audience. It always repeats with binary precision. But the new meaning making process appears with the subjective perception and interaction of the audience viewer. So this is connected to what just you said.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's a big separation between like the interface is there, like I'm saying in a way like as it is a dot that is always moving and it's a binary thing. It's exact and always will do the same. It's only through the human interpretation, like the new meaning making process happening. It's only so like the art in a way. What I'm saying is like the art happens only with the interpretation of the audience.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, something I didn't understand at first is you're saying sense making happens through the audience eye, right? Because in the book, I felt it's more like interacting, and the person who's interacting with the machine, like this sense making happens there. But in our case, there is Pathfinder, which is the binary or digital content, and then there's a body, but not that body is doing sense making, but the sense making happens in the audience, who's third person in a way.
Oh, like the so like the okay. So you're saying like that the audience, like the audience watching the videos.
watching the bodies and the video.
The
But the
yeah,
body isn't
the audience watching the output. I mean, the videos
right.
that we have,
Yeah.
which are
And
bodies
the
interpreting that.
right. And the moving bodies are just a medium.
The moving bodies are just the medium. Yeah, I agree with that. The moving
Yeah.
bodies are just a medium. The movie, like, yeah. So the video. So in this case, actually, the video is the interface because it's through the video that the audience try to make sense of something that they don't know,
And the
right?
bodies are also the interface.
Yeah, yeah, also like the video. So like the video is the medium, the video is the medium, how the communication happens between uh the audience and the artist. Um, but the bodies, what did you say? The bodies are the
A
interface? What did you say?
medium. Or I mean interface. Is it medium or interface? I don't know. Or can be both. Because in the book, the visitor or the audience interacts with the media art, right? In the paragraph.
Let's read it. Just for a second. Okay.
And we could just present the video that we just talked.
I just read out loud.
Yes.
Follow, I present an analysis of the relationships between the body and the technology as a co-constitutive and collaboratively produced experience. I will outline what is at stake in this reconsideration, arguing that the relationships between the body and technology in interactive new media installations is unstable, uncertain, and to a certain extent open to reconfiguration by the viewer participant. I think this is an important point. I mean, if you see in my notes, maybe what is relevant is like, I mean, I said, what would you like are things that they are not there yet. Um, but that I would like to expand. So one of them, for instance, is like things that they basically we that come to the practice, like they use the underlying importance of the glitch ontology, which is basically that, like just what the paragraph says, like like the nature of how unstable are that relationship. Um,
Right.
but I don't know. I mean, to be honest, like the thing is the way how you propose it. But that's what I'm saying. Like I think we complement the work we do. The thing you propose is very simple. Like for me, it's very flat. Um, and I like it so far, like because it's flat. Like for me, like I see like one of the things I would like is that the people understanding that there is not gonna be something that is there is not something good or bad to see in what follows, but there is more like the presentation of something that is uh, in a process making together with them in the space. So is
Okay.
so regardless of show them something that it is and or must be in this way. It is something that it is to be shared with the people in the space in a open form, underlining
Mm,
the underlining this. And I mean, maybe literally I can just use one of these sentences. I will outline the stake of the relationships between the body and technology in media installations or in media art are unstable, uncertain, and to a certain extent open to reconfiguration by the viewer participant. This is what I really, I mean, for me, it's important that to say like that's um maybe to but you
okay,
use
let's
different.
come back to the call. It's gonna finish now. Zoom.
Yep.
So it's the same link.
I totally Toilet, toilet.
Okay.
But I guess, I mean, this will be, just we need to find a way how to, because I think this should be part of like the beginning of the intro somehow, like that. Maybe even could be just like projected even in words. I mean, that doesn't
Mm.
have to be decided now, but
Well, I think so. I kind of I think I understood your point, and what's tricky here is this is like linear performance, or not I don't know how to say it, but we go through something, but the book is about like the visitor has the freedom to interact, right?
yes.
I mean, so my point
Yeah,
is
okay,
like,
yeah, okay, okay. Yes, it's true. Like
yeah,
it's, but I think I think I also see that it relates. I don't see a difference in.
yeah. So I think what makes sense to me is we have like a kind of a message, well, the message that we want to convey, but at the same time, we give room for interpretation. Because if it's total freedom, then they will get really lost. But
Hmm?
we give something and then they can expand from there, I think.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, and that can be literally just said. Like I think that's um yeah. But I think that we should do this exercise, and I think we should get more used to do this because then it helps. Like I mean, literally can be just said that like you can
Yeah,
just say like present you something, but you can yeah, I'm completely inviting you like you're invited to please expand from there.
yeah. Because we're not providing the truth.
Yeah.
That's very important actually to note.
Yeah. But okay, but let me read it like this because I guess there was a reason why I sent you. There was something. So, and it's true, like this is, but it's I think it's partially like I don't think that there is necessarily the only the they're talking about like physical installations like, all the time,
Mm,
but sometimes get a bit blurry. And I try
sure.
also to take it from the perspective. I mean, try to make it work in what we're doing
Yeah. Should I
because we don't.
continue?
Yeah, yeah.
Where was it? Where were we at?
The relationships between the body and technology, right? Uh,
How might a reconciliation of the relationship between the body and technology as co-constitutive and collaboratively produced help us find alternative routes into and different ways of thinking about the interface in interactive new media installations. To address these questions, in the first half of this chapter, I examine how the relationship between the body and technology is articulated through the use of the embodied interface in the artwork of Victoria Vesna and Tumema. These installations are crucial to this investigation as the embodied interface is positioned as co-constitutive and processual, an entity that is produced by and is constantly producing subjects, objects, and meanings. I build on this analysis in the second half of this chapter, exploring how representationalist structures of meaning manifest themselves in interactive new media installations. I suggest that the ability to participate in the meaning-making process provides the viewer participant with an opportunity to engage with, subvert, and restructure within certain parameters the underlying narratives that help shape her experience in interactive new media installations.
And
I
this
put
point I found very relevant, like for me. That yeah.
right,
But this is just the ability to like the ability like the audience have the ability to participate. I mean that ability on the meaning making process, it provides the opportunity for them to create a piece basically out of.
right,
That's what I was saying, like with the piece with Pathfinder. Like the Pathfinder, that was my comment. It's only just it as code running perfectly, but only when the person interact through this meaning making process becomes something that is
right.
more than just the code. Is
Yeah.
so I put this. I posit that this approach shifts shifts focus away from theorizing the subject in a positional or binary terms as an operational entity whose actions are defined as exterior to technology, towards considering her an integral part of the installation. This I'm seeing is the same as what we do. I mean, I'm seeing
Right.
that what we're presenting is an installation somehow. An embodied viewer, participant whose interactions with the digital interface have consequences in interactive new media art installations. Dad, you want to read? The notion of
The notion of an embodied viewer participant whose interactions have repercussions in interactive new media installations enables me to theorize the encounter between the viewer participant and the embodied interface as generative, as an ongoing open-ended process. From this
uh,
perspective, the embodied interface is unstable, uncertain, and open to reconfiguration as the designation of the viewer participant rather than interface, as locus of interaction means that the illusion that the artist has complete control over the action occurring in the installation is to an extent broken.
this is repeating the same. I mean, this is on the same point, no? That like yeah, that the interface is unstable, uncertain, and open to configuration. Yeah.
Yeah.
I I will read this like, and if I see like maybe there is like something that of the chapter that maybe that is relevant, then I will send it to you. Um, I feel it's a pity a bit of that we have because we have so many we have nice exercises. We have nice exercises, but um I like that if you, I mean you took that you proposed that because already I was thinking like what are we gonna show because they are nice exercises different things, but it's not about showing something that is nice. For instance, like with the optical flow you can create nice things and more close to technology things, you know, like things that are
Mm,
more aesthetically appealing. But if the purpose of what we're doing now is to find the audience to find new meaning or purpose when they see dance or movement happening when it's mediated through technology, then the message gets more clear when just you show something and you portray
mm,
something, some message. Um, for instance, like I think in this court, the way I mean, uh, there is this there's a mix between clarity. If like I see this is clear somehow, I mean this is clear because it's text clear, Then this is not clear. Can you see my cursor in
Yeah,
the
I'm following.
yeah, so this is clear. I don't know if clear is the word, but so this is abstract. Ah, you just abstract. Ask around people, but are seeing this is abstract. Oh, this is clear somehow. I mean, they have to try to make it clear.
Well, yeah, it can
Yes,
be
please say.
both. It can be both. But when you say clear, that's something like,
Yeah, maybe
but I
clear.
don't know.
I don't like the word. Yeah, I don't like the word. But what can be? You should, but I mean, what I was trying to say is that there is the difference with this, for instance. Like this is, or maybe instead of app, this is more open ended. I will say.
Sure.
I mean, the in the intro also you said you let it open ended, but it's. I mean,
Yeah.
it is.
It's like call and response, really.
Is what?
Wait, is it the word? Yeah, like call and response. I mean, it's not sure. I'm not sure which is call and response, but you or like or questions and options, let's say, because the intro is more like a question that you give something question, and then the video is like the option. Wait, is that? I'm not sure.
Why? I mean, the maybe the way we can see it is like maybe this is objective somehow. I mean, objective in the sense that it's a message that is passed through for them. Like this is something in the video is something more subjective because it's for them to interpret.
Sure.
Um, this is again is an of this objective.
But
You're
this,
asking people for them to. I
but
mean,
then they,
there's a clear intention on the ask like when you said to the people, why are these people moving? Why are they seeing that you cannot? This is subjective for everyone is listening the same.
okay, your action of asking is objective. It's true, but they will answer with the subjective
Yeah, of course. Like, but
comments. Yeah, yeah.
like in relation, I think in the score, that's because I'm trying to see in terms of composition that there is this
Mm,
balance. That's what I mean. That's what I like from like when I read it in the first time. I was feeling that there was this like clarity and then abstraction.
mm.
What do you what do you think? What are you seeing? But is it part of the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is something I thought about this. So yeah, we can just cut it.
Just put it to just you can put it
Or
together there.
yeah, so this is like 8, and then experiment. Yeah, good.
This again is I see it as subjective.
Right.
And then this
Yeah,
part
that's so
is
true.
and this is subjective because I mean they have to follow. I mean they will have to
Is
interpret what they're seeing.
right. But then if you say asking around is objective because you are doing this, you're giving them a task.
The task being asking what are they seeing?
That's why you said it's objective, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's a clarity. There's a clarity. Yeah,
Yeah. Then
yeah.
I thought this part is also objective because you're giving a specific task to that person.
Right. Are they seeing?
I think we should think about our perspective versus audience perspective.
What do you mean?
So when you say objective, it's like, but then it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. Um, is it? I'm getting lost. This is hard.
Yeah,
Like
no, but
this is hard.
yeah, no,
This
no,
is hard.
but the thing is, it's a bit difficult exercise. But I think maybe we don't have to finish this right now. Like, why? I mean, but I think because this is the intention. Like, the intention should be clear for us.
Right,
Like, then we just have to define is what we mean when we say the subjective, or like maybe we need to find better words.
right.
So maybe we can come back on this tomorrow.
Sure.
I mean, or you can maybe, if the idea somehow is like based on this, like think on this differentiation, like when I think in my head is like I was trying to use some days ago, like I would like kind of differentiate when it's clear when it's happening and when it's not clear when it's what is happening.
Yeah, I think I get what you mean. Yeah, I think I get it from I mean from the beginning, like when you're trying to categorize them. But I think the problem in this task is it depends on the perspective. Are we talking about our perspective or is it audience perspective? And also the task can yeah be hybrid, right? That we just thought that it can be objective and subjective at the same time. Or maybe we just don't know what we're trying to ask.
No, I think we should reflect and like I think we should find like a common understanding of what is like because that will be the intention. But we need to
Right.
define the
Yeah.
intention. I think that we need to get both in the same
Yeah.
page of what is the intention.
Yeah. And
Um,
this like um yeah, I was like thinking about this why part. So this is kind of like an intention, right? Like why are we doing this?
mm.
Like more like overall, not just like specific task, but and I was trying to like think about expanding from like what we talked yesterday, but then I thought what could be like super clear from what we're doing now is this that we're trying to dance together from different place, different actually even like different time. Because this is something clear to people. How do we dance together in different
How we share
places
dance
or
together. Yeah,
different
yeah.
time actually,
How we
different
share
time,
dance
different
together when we're in different places. Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
And the rest of the part can be kept as, up to your interpretation, up to the audience interpretation. Because I'm sure like if someone like a dancer sees this, then they would really, expand on it, even if we don't tell much.
so because I mean following, but like this, um, Because in this case, then the technology is helping us actually to share the feeling, no, like the so it's doing the opposite. And what I'm proposing as problem with technology is that it loses that it makes problematic the empathic exchange of dance.
Right, right.
Um, but that's from the point of view of audience. But wait, so here in a way that is inverted this thing that is because of the technology that we can feel we dance in this we try to dance in a virtual space.
So like we're like giving a solution.
Because this is yeah, because I think that what it makes it complicated right now at this moment is because we are speaking like I guess I'm trying to speak from like I'm always like right now from the point of view of the audience, or like that's what I'm kind of pushing in different places. And you're mentioning something that is concrete of what we're doing, what you and me
Right,
are,
right,
um, which makes sense. But this is what we are doing. Like, why are we doing what we are doing? Like, because you're trying to find ways to do this research when you are not in this when you are not in the space.
right.
So, like, I mean, why we do this is still, I mean, is the way how I see it is like the overall why still is to help the audience to find new aesthetics or to find new meanings when dances passes through technology.
Yeah.
Um, but you see what I mean? There's a disconnection in this. Because one is like very meta, and the other one is like what you speak is very is hands is really on a practical matter. Why is that we're doing this? Or why is that we decide to do
Mm,
this way? Um, this is practical, you know. Why is that we are doing this practically speaking? Because this is this is the way
pragmatic.
that we
Yeah.
find. Like you are not here, so we have to do it in this way. It will be different if you are here. Um, so on my why, if you see like up, it's very meta. It tells, yeah, I'm a bit confused.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a different thought of like, it's a different thought.
yeah. Like I get what you mean. And I was like struggling like because we have concepts like what where you started and like it's really rich, but at the same time it's really difficult to tell that to someone who is, you know, doesn't. have that context, no, not the context, but the knowledge or experience in this.
Hmm.
And what so like coming back to like telling to the grandma what we do. And then I thought like one thing that can be like more straightforward is to say, how can we dance together in different places or different time? But I know that it's still coming
But this
from
is
like
what
more
wait
like a
wait because
pragmatic.
what you're saying is true. That I think that's close to the how. So one thing is we have a task to solve, like, or the task, the invitation is to work in trying to find ways where we can research how the audience can uh, find new meanings when dance happens through digital environments, right? This is the invitation that calls us is that's the big capsule, but then the the way to do it, how to do it, and I will see it because you said in your own words is was it how we do it is that we do it in this way that we are doing it now.
Right. Yeah.
Because I mean this is actually what it should be clear at the beginning. You know, this is like the intro.
Totally. Yeah.
This is the intro, and I I think it should address both points. Like they are completely valid. Like there should be a way how to make the bridge between this. Or maybe not. I don't know. Like, um, because if you see in my why, I put like I underline the problem, no? Like say like because the natural, empathic, and embodied relation between dance and audience is partially lost when using technology. I put yeah, when using technology. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So the proposal, like the proposal is to help the audience to find engagement and new meanings and purpose when dance is mediated with digital environments.
Right. Yeah. Like I'm trying to think like how can we say this in like plain words?
Yeah.
Because this is really it requires a lot of knowledge, I think,
Mhm. Yeah.
right? And is this something that you actually need knowledge to understand this, or is it something we could rephrase it? Or is there some kind of analogy? And what's interesting to me is like, again, normally you would use like motion capture or something to like reduce the body into a dot, but we kind of we were like reversing this. Dot becomes a body.
Right. I didn't thought of that. Yes, right. Because we're doing the other way around, no?
Yeah. And that's really something rich. I mean, still, it's very technical. I mean, not technical, but still specific, specialized,
But
or
it's in response to, I mean, say because normally like the way how you will find more examples is like you there is some kind of input and then the dancers will do some output because it will be, I mean, there is a demands more technical problems to find the motion capture in itself. You know, do the translation from body to motion capture is such a process that there's more examples of the other way around, like to from having some output, like some technological output, then you will have the body doing something. Um, but what I'm saying here is like in our case, it comes from uh, the need of what the research it is. Like I decided to not work with motion capture because I thought for the like what I was interested in, it was working on perception. Like I remember like when working with the avatar and the perception, it just gave me more troubles. Like, well, it was not necessary for the research uh, to have a digital representation of myself in the virtual reality space.
Interesting, because I think we kind of skipped that part because when you started this research, you were using motion capture and you're also like going into avatars, like you're trying like VR chat and stuff. But then you decided not to do it, right?
Maybe that will be interesting, like to like summarize. I could try. I mean, that was something that I was trying to do for by then is like to summarize like the in short like from where it comes from what is now.
Mm,
um like the thing is like I mean something that is not I think we are missing and it must be mentioned is like the virtual reality must be mentioned somehow. It's like
right.
because the VR is just the extreme when is the extreme of digital I mean of this translation of this digitalization of the body is the extreme like going to a virtual reality environment is like the extreme that you can do in terms of perception, no? You go completely isolated to a place where your perception gets into a virtual world. There is we're
Visually.
visually I mean yeah, and while we are working virtually in different ways is not so drastic, like it's not so drastic, and that's partly because of that. Like I don't know. I think we're like doing two things. Like one is like it should be saying in simple terms.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need some kind of like different perspective, or like the problem I found now between us is we're kind of like, I mean, we have same perspective, not perspective, but same. We share same, but we have different angle to look at it, and it's really difficult to like find a. I don't know how to say. We have a common ground. Um, it's just maybe it's just the words,
I was thinking that what if you just as an exercise, you can try it for tomorrow. What if you can try it like and it's specifically in the why actually. What if
yeah.
like I rewrite your why with my words and you write my why.
That's a great
Yeah,
idea, I
I think
think.
that's a good idea. And then you
Yeah,
see like
yeah,
I will say like we should put like some to do somewhere. Like there are points that somehow must be touched that are not yet touched. Or like somehow like say why, what to put. Is there do we have a to do here? I already start creating some my you see there's a folder that I'm not gonna go there. Let's put a to do here. Um, I think we must like the BR must be clear because I think that we have a
Mm,
script and like we have some script that we can make it work performatively, but it needs to be the narrative how it will be carried out is very important. Um, yeah, so the relations like the virtual reality must be somehow like it should be mentioned.
yeah.
VR, why, where, how? Yes, explain VR, like explain. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's anyways gonna come because in your text you have VR, so I will write around it. And although I don't have VR in my text, but you will add it anyways. Anyways, so
But I mean, this is in general, and then the other thing, what was it? No, I don't know. Maybe it's necessary. I was thinking like to mention the uncertainty, like the instability of the work, but I don't think. No, let's just do one thing at a time.
yeah, I mean, I still think we should do something with the subjective and objective, or like their perspective versus our perspective. I don't know.
What do you mean? Explain that a bit. Because
Like,
this is something that we need. This is something we need to clarify. Like, what do you mean?
yeah,
Can we jump back on this just for a second? Like to I want to understand you. What do you mean with this?
yeah. Okay, so let's
Just
do
for a
the
second.
call again.
Yeah, here.
Okay, so when you say when you said like this, you're trying to say like if it's clear or abstract or subjective or objective. I was trying to think like, is it something that we ask question to the audience and the audience have to kind of not answer but provide an option, like a call and response? Because we can't just come to the audience that we don't know. So we have to ask something and the audience will respond. And it's like a dialogue that goes back and forth.
Even if it's literally or not literally.
Doesn't have to be literal.
Literally.
Doesn't
Like for when I'm saying when I'm asking them, I'm not expecting. Yeah, I don't. Well, I won't use their answers. It's just to imply that they think that they answer my question on their head.
sure, like they don't have to say it,
They
but
don't have to say it out loud, but
sure.
is the interaction is demand of them. Yes,
Yeah.
but so again, like try to say like then the difference between objective, subjective, or of us and them because I didn't understood that.
So the category can, or the categories can be that we're asking a question versus they're providing an option, like answering.
Like no, I think I don't get that.
So when we start with the introduction, that's something that we are asking a question. I mean, just trying to, categorize them, the timeline.
You mean
So,
literally when okay.
so this could be like, question, and then
Ah, okay, that's what you mean. Like there's the
yeah, but
question.
then this is still not clear. Like, is this watching the video? Is it asking a question, or Or we can just say like, what are the questions to ask them? But I don't know if that's no.
I mean, something that I found like difficult so far also is like I haven't found like really like big questions like of like research questions, and that's normally like a normally starting point of how you start like
Mm,
researching. Like there's like not really. I mean, I have some questions, but I mean they're not relevant. I'm not gonna bring them right now. But
right.
um, because that I mean that is steer up like the direction how where to go with the questions. I don't really want to know.
But I'm trying to like say it loud, but so when you do something, I mean, in our projects, like you have questions from what you've done before, right? Or your experience,
Say this again.
perhaps. So you do this, you're doing, I mean, we're doing this project because we somehow had some kind of question in our experience
That is not solved
that
yet.
is not solved yet, right?
Yeah.
So like where in your history that led to this project, or it can be simplified. Um,
But do I mean I put my the questions that I have like on this. What do I want to know? What do I need to know? Would you like to take someone? Would you like to see somebody dancing with a headset? This I mean this is something I was trying to make in a for I mean to do in a process as a survey for to hear from people, and I did not. I really like to see somebody dancing with a headset. It's important for you to interact or participate with the work, or it's important for you to be still. uh how do you feel about the speed of things what happen? Is there too much happening? This was like questions in relation to a piece that is or like yeah, like content uh to put out.
yeah. If I see this, I think it's missing the context somehow. Like who would, like in what scenario you want to dance with someone with headset or not? Is it like clubbing or is it like contact improv jam or is it house party or is it some kind of contemporary dance? Or does it have to be dancing?
What?
Like to interact with someone with VR headset, but does it have to be dancing in your question?
No, I think it's the opposite. Like I mean, in what I found is like in space like in virtual reality, you are fine, I'm fine as long as there is something happening. So if I have to do something that is concrete, like if I have to work, if I have to move boxes from one place to the other one, or if I have to chase a dragon, I'm fine. But if I have to dance, like that's very, especially if said is if it's like if there isn't if it's not a codification, I think in general dance, but in what I'm arguing is like through a narrative you can engage the people. Then in that sense is there is like I don't know, then dance could be also narrative. So I don't know, maybe it's a ballet class, so then I know what is that I'm doing, I'm following, or fitness exercise. But if it's like something that is free movement as you will do in space, it will suffer because I don't have the exchange with somebody else. So these avatars, and also especially now that I see some performances from the last week, the fact that you are in a space with a VR headset and you know there is say two performers, but maybe you see more than two performers, two avatars, and sometimes they come to you. Like it just gives you a lot of information in your head of like um, to not trust what is happening. Why I started speaking this because you mentioned something. Because for me that was kind of clear. Um,
It doesn't have to be dancing with a VR headset.
I mean
And then
that's
you
the
said
whole
if
point.
it
I'm just
has
saying
to
like
be.
the, like for me like that I see like the dancing is very complicated. Like to like dance contemporary dance in that abstractions share that kind of dance in virtual reality is I found that is complicated because you don't have a body. I mean, yeah, because you lose the body.
Right.
But I think there should be a way. I think through narratives. That's I mentioned that, like then this aspect of theater that it deals with gestures and narrative. I think should be a way to find. That's the idea of the sigils of like this interface is that I think that there should be a way to reinforce through narratives that could be help that help the people to find new meanings because basically it's just a different meaning like but you cannot
Can be just following a dot.
that for instance like that make more sense like dance with a dot make more sense than dance with an avatar like for me
Yeah. Yeah, I
like
think we're
seeing
touching something really important, but
like
my brain is shutting down. So
yeah, and I
I just
think
have
we're
to be honest. But I think this is like maybe we just continue tomorrow and just like have just to try to like untangle everything because yeah, we just have to see what led to led us to this project. And like you said, dance is complicated. And this makes me think like,
dance in virtual spaces is complicated.
yeah, but then this kind of made me think like, is dancing in the physical space not complicated?
Well, we just write this that we just said there. That could become a question actually. Why dancing in virtual space is complicated? What did you say?
Or is dance in physical space not complicated? I mean, the way I'm thinking is how does this apply to non-dancer? Because what you're saying is, let's say, like from the dancer's perspective, especially when someone who has this experience in dance. I mean, it applies to non-dancers as well, but there is already like a leap because for non-dancers, how would they dance? And we already don't share the same experience.
Yeah, I think is that um that can become like another level because it's the level where the audience is the dancer. But like I'm trying to not go there yet. Like what I'm saying is complicated. Is from the as an audience is complicated to accept that somebody's dancing in front of you in virtual space. In a real space, as an audience, is it's okay to accept that somebody is moving in weird ways in front of you. And you might like it or you might not like it, but this doesn't give this weird feeling that you will have in the virtual space. Uh, that could be almost even threatening. Like there's one person with a motion capture suit, but maybe you see three of them. It is a yeah, as an audience, I think it's yeah, I'm trying to put it from the point of view of the audience,
I
like to
see.
not
I see.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
think we should try to do that. But of course, like we are making this, and also we are also we are the dancers, we are the performers, but also we are the creators. So we are creating the idea, we are performing the idea, but we want to think what the audience think, basically. That's my proposal. Like normally, like I mean, it should be surveys, like a survey, like a form, like with the that's I mean, at some point I planned it, but I never did it to
Maybe
really ask
we could
people.
do the exercise of like making personas. Well, I don't exactly know what, but yeah, like who are the audience members? What kind of experience they have that you want to visit this sharing? Because I think we're kind of talking about abstract audience, but
Yeah, we don't like now at this point, like yeah, that there is yeah, could be like there is like the audience, like as Naoto audience, could be a programmer who is there who has like some level of knowledge, but not really. It's just and could be the my grandma that is there also because she wants to visit and see it.
yeah, I mean, we don't have to make it super elaborate, but just to have a vague idea of like what we're talking about as an audience.
Yeah, in that sense, like now, yeah, but that kind of work, like in that sense, like Naoto knows the programmer has heard or experienced sometimes some things, and my grandma has no idea. So
Right.
it's kind of like it really knows more. It has some experience and doesn't know at all. Like there's these three levels of persona. I will just put it here. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And we just, so
And then we
we make,
constantly, then when we're doing this, then we can ask like that. So persona one, uh, oh, the ghost. Persona two, P2. Um, mm, programmer, P3. Programs.
I mean, if I would add one, is like an artist or can be
But
dancer actually.
a dancer. Yeah. So
Dancer,
not that
I don't know,
art dance tech,
wait,
not a tech artist, but
I don't know. Just random name. I shouldn't we shouldn't have Naoto here. I don't know, someone else. Nick is the ghost.
um but I will say then they how much they know. My God, I cannot read. So there is no so now so Nick knows 4% of this or five, let's say. I don't know. The programmer knows how much two of this. If the maximum is five,
But then should okay, so there's dance tech and also there's dance and tech. I mean, dance is a second category, right? And then it's like tech is also another category. But dance tech is actually a separate thing. It's not about just multiplying dance and tech.
but let's just say like how much they know about the
Dance tech.
field,
Yeah,
the field. So this guy knows very well. So this is the maximum
right.
five. Say this the programmer, how much will know?
Actually just well, like programmer in terms of like
Curator.
IT
I will put
person.
it no, curator. Programmer as curator.
Oh, curator.
Yeah.
Well, then I would add one more plus just to be nice to that person.
Okay, so then one more, and then the dancer, two,
To, of
and then my grandma, one.
course, your grandma knows everything.
She knows everything, but she doesn't know dance tech. Okay, but this is okay. This could be. So now we have a to do,
Yeah.
and it's title font. Okay, so we open this thing is a bit. It's a bit. I will say let's come back tomorrow, then and then we go back to the practical thing. We try to see if we can make it run or like what do we need to make it run? Because then we have to start thinking practically. I also need to think like, do I need to move the computer? Do I need to ask something there? So we start with the practical thing, and then we start talking on. Uh, so we have the exercise of like rewrite the why from the other one. So I will rewrite your why, my words. Question. We need to find something that's about questions.
Well, stop. Ooh,
You need to make
what
the
happened?
video also like the upload the video that is only 3 minutes, I think.
Oh, yeah, I made one for myself.
Um, this also. And I will say like from now when we like it could be like a constant thing like if there are questions that you can think like in relation to what is that we're doing like for instance in relation to the audience, you know, like so what like
Mm.
what so that question I think could be like what audiences need to be engaged with dance. That could be a question. Like we have questions because I think that can help. This is I guess this is the main thing that I'm being repeating in different words.
Right. But I
But
think it's also important that maybe tomorrow we work more on the personas because otherwise we don't know who we are talking about.
so that we expand the persona thing
I think it would make sense.
because because you want to know what they need, right?
Right.
You want to yeah, okay.
Because
No,
we're
no, no.
still it's still abstract, like we're talking about,
Yeah.
abstract.
No, I just put it like this, like a how much level of knowledge. But no, it's true. Let's do the exercise. What do they need? What the persona need actually? Okay. Yeah, still we have time. Like, and now we have a score like now. So we just need to clarify.
Yeah. And I think it's good to just keep it, how do I say? Yeah, like work on the core of it. Otherwise, if we just keep adding things, people don't get it because we don't get it either.
No, that's the thing. We have to get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nice. We have so many exercises. Right. We should put up like at the least, I mean, that they can see different examples. You can make a
Examples?
playlist with like there was a playlist where they can see the other exercise.
Three. So what's the homework? I mean, the task for it.
The to do is to rewrite the why of each other and
Yeah,
explain BR somehow. The BR should come there.
in the text. Yeah. We just keep
Practical.
stick to this, right? Yeah.
And the
Because
practical what is
this is something
what
we
is it?
talk next time about the practical stuff and tech writer, like what we need for the presentation. But this is we're gonna talk
To
next
talk,
time.
I guess, yeah, we just need to
Yeah,
talk and yeah,
yeah,
what it's how it's gonna be like this is the stage design.
right.
Sign, make talk video. I think the make talk video will happen when we are a bit more in depth of this. I mean, when we
Yeah,
clarify a bit,
yeah.
then but it's all we're a bit confused right now, but I think it's fine. We can be confused right now because
That's fine.
it's
We
confused.
know that we are confused.
Yes.
It's worse
Okay.
if we don't know we're confused, but we're actually confused. Then
Yes.
we're a bit ahead.
Well, okay. Good night. I'm gonna read also this, and if I found something that's relevant, I might just I send it to you.
Yeah, cool.
Now I'm gonna go and buy some food.
Great.
Good night.
Thanks. Good. Have a nice evening and
See you
see you
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.